Yep, it's going. It's me, Automaton Plains here, and we're going to be playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeons once again. This time we have a little chat bar down there. So now you can all interact with me, I think. I may have made a mistake. One sec. Just a moment. Oh. Well. I'm just gonna put this little thing right here. Well, now I can at least talk to y'all if y'all wish. It should be functional now. If one of you are in the chat at the moment, please check to see if this works. Because I'm not sure. It is streaming, right? We are streaming. Just gonna test something. I mean, hey, is anyone actually here? Maybe I'll find out. Well, this time we're going to continue our Moveless run. A horrible mistake I have made. Oh. Okay, so it does indeed work. Nice to see you. We're moving on to Chapter 2. I'm not voicing him. Or my partner. Voicing characters are hard. So for now, you get me voicing just my thoughts as the character and in general. Will I differentiate? Maybe. But regardless, here we are. I can actually interact with all of you now. And by all of you, I mean one of you. Also, apparently, like 2 people from Germany have decided that they want to watch this for some reason. And I don't know why they'd ever be interested in whatever this is. But here we are. My head is pounding, apparently. Yeah, no, can we all just talk about how no one's not immediately woken up just by living in the guild around an X-Cloud, or in this case, a Loudred? Like, you'd assume that they would. You really would. Also, like, it just makes, like, the way they do this for him, it makes it seem as if those capitalized things are significantly louder in comparison to his normal speech, which is apparently also just generally loud. Like, you ever thought about that? Like, he's just being loud on those last 3 words. Yeah, just... And Jane is probably right. There's at least some kind of canine and feline in there. So it definitely makes sense that they definitely wouldn't appreciate this. Also, Why are you emphasizing out of all things? Like, this doesn't just bother me, right? Like, you're still shouting, but, like, you're emphasizing and shouting louder out of all things in that sentence. Now, these two, are very, very good to emphasize while still being loud. He's at least emphasizing it louder. Also, good thing to emphasize. Should have emphasized those last two words regardless, but yeah. He's not wrong for those who watch this later or on YouTube. This isn't wrong. You're still very loud. Okay, but you could have woke us up early. So anyone could have woke us up early. If you were worried about that, wouldn't that just be the logical conclusion to go with? Like, are you just dumb? Like, I'd at least assume some Flora would, if she cared. I don't know what gender they are. I think I am being summoned for something. I'm going to go check. So for now, just look at Loudred. I'll be back. And so I'm back. By the way, is like the audio good? I actually have someone here I can interact with to tell me if the audio is good or not. That's not the right button. Okay. Yay. I'm always concerned about it, and now I have someone I can ask while it's going to confirm if it's right or not. Thank you. Okay, but like, that's your fault for sleeping in since you stayed up while the moon was all the way out. Can we point that out? How could you forget this? You were intimidated and absolutely terrified. That kind of seems like the thing you'd remember. And no one thought to wake us up if they were so worried about getting, well, wiggly tough. Like, one of the few things that actually bother me about this place, aside from Chatot, my least favorite member of this guild. I mean, is that just rude, like, species-wise, or in general? Like, you're telling a Loudred their voice is loud. Like, Sure, it is, but like, you ever think about that? Yeah, I'd be disappointed too if he was just like that about a thing that your species is naturally known to do. Like, why? Can we just take a moment to talk about the fact that he did that all while he was sleeping? Like, kind of impressive to be able to, one, open a door with those two little stubs, and walk out there right there, and stop. Like, you know, favorite person in the guild right here. Second favorite's gotta be Krogunk. The third favorite is Bidoof. Eventually I will make a tier list of my favorite characters in the guild, ignoring partner and the hero, because that's just kind of cheating. Yeah, I'm a mace too. And also mildly terrified. Can we just talk about how it looks like Chap pretty much is almost singing for most of his lines? Like, he at least has some normal dialogue, but those little music notes make me think that he sings most of it. And I just imagine his singing voice is just plain garbage like him. Why am I insulting this bird? My character is a cat. This is oddly fitting. Words. Punctuates most of his sentences by singing them. Just like, why, dude? Why do you have this much dedication? Additionally, like, is it just our two characters not singing it, or is Diglett also not singing it? Like, you ever think about that? Like, we don't know. The two of us don't know what this is. But, like, is Diglett just choosing not to? Or is Diglett just singing along and it just doesn't show, like, those little yellow lines right here? These. Because me and partner aren't singing, or chanting, or whatever. This. This should, with, just imagine. Yeah, but it's also hilarious to just imagine Diglett's just like, why should I? Because it just kind of feels like that's the case. And it's just hilarious. Also, never run from a Kecleon without paying first. For those who end up watching this stream later or just recently came in to look at this. Yeah, just don't. Do not steal from the Kecleon. Do not leave before paying the Kecleon. It's just better for you. Also, like, if I take a step towards Chadox, he's still gonna say you shouldn't be wandering aimlessly, even if you're trying to, like, approach him to be like, hey, what are we meant to do? And that just is, like, yet another reason why I don't like chat-outs. Like, look. Like, I'm literally facing you. I wanted to go to you to ask what I'm meant to do. I know what I'm meant to do, I think. But, like, you don't even give me a chance this day. Like, there's at least a chance the next day if I beat the dungeon first try. Oh my god, I'm an electric type. I'm going to a mountain. Why? At least I'm not a fire monkey in a cave of water types. Like my first attempt. I had to get rid of so y'all can see. Yeah, no, like, there's only one person in this guild at the moment that I have any qualms with. And it's this bird. This bird right here. I just don't like him. If I had a program editor, I'd open it up, put this little image of chat up, and we all know what I'd probably do here, don't we? I mean, that's... I was told about this yesterday, wasn't I? No, I don't think I was. Okay, but like, why specifically is the flow of time... Why specifically does the flow of time affect crime? You ever think about that? Are they just like, it's the end of the world, may as well commit some crimes? Are there some Pokemon on the opposite of the spectrum that are like, it's the end of the world, gotta do something to help others? Is that why there's abundance of Pokemon hanging here to join the team? Like, join teams and guilds and whatnot? Like, are they just trying to be a good person before everything ends? You ever think about that? I say talking to one person. Maybe some people on YouTube will add comments to that. Who even knows? I don't. Oh yeah, the flow of time being messed up. Why is the flow of time being messed up? I mean, I mostly do that considering I only have one friend on Amino, which is you, and then one friend on Discord, and even then I still have a hard time talking to people, even when there's more than 3. I'm bad at talking to people. Also, like, can we just mention the fact that they're putting this as if the player character can't talk, even though we all know they can. Like, additionally, like, do Pokemon even use time in that way? Like, do they use hours and minutes, or do they go based off of the position of the sun? Like, do they have hourglasses? Like, or are they just going off the sun? You think about that? Like, do they even know the word hour? Or is that just like a human concept? And why do we remember it? Is it just because we were a former human and they have to make it more relatable to actual people? Yeah, this is a very good question. Like, we at least said something there that got this reaction, so... Like, it's clear that we can talk, though. So it's dumb that they're pretending like we can't. Also, like, is this properly, like, a sentence? Like, in addition, and it's unknown if this is because of time influence. Like, this sounds like a wonky sentence to read and to be said. This also implies that more mystery dungeons can just pop up via some form of influence. Like, Gates to Infinity also implied this kind of thing. Strange instances in the world could cause these to be formed. Meaning, like, unless mystery dungeons can be destroyed, like, in general, they're just increasing over time when disasters are going on. Like, that implies something disastrous started in the first place to make them. Which, if any of y'all who watched this end up thinking of Super Mystery Dungeons and the original Human, yeah. And I'll add in a little extra comment once we actually beat Drowsy, because I still have to get back to that point, because I've lost so much progress. You were literally in one. Yeah, we did do that. That makes a lot more sense now. I guess that's why they call it a mystery dungeon. I'm sorry, what? By the way, is this like a decent voice, or does it still just sound like me? Like, just want to know. Is that decent voice for Otto? Yes, no, maybe. Because that's gonna be his voice. I'm sorry, what? What do you mean we can lose half our items? Or more? We only have like... Okay then. That will be my voice for Otto. We only have like 3. Okay, but how? That's not much of an explanation. It's just... how? I mean... I wanted to react to that comment as Otto so badly. And it'd be hilarious if I start doing that kind of interactivity to at least make it so, like, it feels like y'all can interact with it a bit more. But, like, let's be honest. Otto cannot read the fourth wall. If I were to do this with Super Mystery Dungeons, then yes, I'd absolutely respond to those comments in the voice of the character. Because at least in those games, they kind of hint that the fourth wall can be looked at, even if it's really not. And it'd just be hilarious. I guess if y'all want me to respond to your comments in the chat in the future as Otto, tell me, cause I don't know. Maybe it will give me the ability to voice auto and answer questions. Would it be worth it? Most likely not. Okay, but back up. Like, if you can lose half or more of your money and items, why are they fantastic places to explore? Are you getting robbed? Like, just why are they fantastic if that's a risk? Okay, is this not common knowledge? I get that I'm considerably dumb in comparison to knowledge that Pokemon should know, but like, why? Just, why is this not something that would be considered common knowledge? Like, is this not something you teach in, like, schools? Do you even have schools? I, the player, know they do in fact have schools. Auto may seem rude. I don't know if they have schools in these games yet, story-wise, but like, you know, like, this seems, wait, they don't. They talk about Mystery Dungeons in the school in that game. Yeah, they definitely don't. What? I was just... Fun fact about this dungeon. If you fail in it a couple times, Wigglytuff will provide you with Reviver Seeds and other items. I think. Maybe just Reviver Seeds. They provide you with stuff, is the point I'm getting at. Wait. Can we back up on the fact that an outlaw stole that item? Where did the outlaw go? Like, you ever think about that? Like, I know you've played this game at least to this point, but like, you know, like, how that item was. What happened to the outlaw that stole the pearl? You probably shouldn't settle down. Kinda need to live, you know? So keep on bouncing. Please. Okay, but did they like just find this pearl via telescopes or something? Like, did a bird just see it off in the distance and not think to pick it up? Like, you think about that? You think about that at all? Like, ever? Like, seriously. If they sighted it, was it sighted by a bird? And if so, why didn't the bird just go pick it up? Did they see it with a telescope or something? I know, like, in Super Mystery Dungeons, there's definitely a telescope. But that's also, like, in a future where a human existed. And additionally, can we just point out the fact that a human existed in the future of the Pokemon world? Like, what happened to make... Like, did they come from a different world? Like, is that why Grovyle and the player character know each other that well? Were they from a world where both Pokemon and humans coexisted? Because, like, later games definitely imply that there are multiple different universes and they can be interacted with. Does that make our player character like one of those scientists or even a test subject that they sent through this kind of thing? Or did they do this upon the freezing of the whole time thing? Like, do you ever consider that? Like, looking at context from the other games actually provides like several things that could have happened to bring them here. That actually kind of line up, considering they keep sending me like in Ruby and Sapphire, they keep sending meteors to different universes and just be like, y'all take care of this, and not expecting that kind of issue to potentially come back at them. You think about that? Like, just they technically have the technology in the main series to send Pokemon and people and a giant meteor to different universes. Is that just the kind of technology that they used here to send a human to the source of the issue to go fix? Like the source universe where this issue occurred. Like, it'd probably be easy to narrow down the original starting of like time's paralysis in comparison to the multiverse if you can literally just choose to send a meteor of all things to a different universe. Because yeah. And like, it's just a thing that they can do. No one really acknowledges it. Well, I mean, people do acknowledge it, but like only like those who like talk about it, all sorts of sciencey things in Pokemon or in general. And that one person who, actually, that kind of falls under the previous category. But like, if that's the case, like, wouldn't that mean like Grovyle and the player character were like, you know, partners in the sense of actually like on a team, like Grovyle being part of a team or his only Pokemon? Did like Grovyle star as a Trico in the world with humans and Pokemon together, and they just evolved in the PMD world? Or did they just, or was the trainer just someone who didn't choose to evolve his Trico until afterwards? Or did they have other Pokemon which might not have made it, per se, to either this world or in general? Like, it would make sense that they need to leave the Pokeballs behind too if they were from a different world, in case of like the human returning and not wanting to risk losing those items. Though, let's be honest, would you ever want to go back to just being a human if you're a Pokemon? I probably wouldn't. Okay, but with you, okay, but why are you complaining? Isn't this easily a lot better than what we could have been doing? Like, seriously. Why are you complaining? This is at least easier and a lot safer. A lot safer. That,
I mean, it's just kind of doing what we did yesterday, but with that rock of yours. Kind of being a hypocrite there. Actually, why didn't you go here to just have the guild? I mean, I was saying most of that in character, but yeah, like you know, like why didn't they go to the guild to actually like just have the guild get the item back? Not only that, I would have set up for like helping them know that Team Skull's absolutely awful. Honestly, the Team Skull's actually the partner's fault here. Now that you think about it. Handling it ourselves made that issue occur in the first place. It's kind of weird to think about. Really weird to think about, actually. Better yet, like, those Pucciana, like, definitely could have got it done. Especially if a level 5 or something Eevee could handle it. Like, any team from the guild could easily do it, and better yet, like, they still don't have to enter the guild to actually submit a request now that you think about it, because some of these are from the Pokemon that are actually stuck in the dungeon, implying that there's a way that those just get to the guild without having to actually enter the guild. You know? Okay, but why? Why would I get put out of the mystery dungeon if they get knocked out? I'm my own person. Is it a thing involving that guild badge you gave us? Or is this just something that happens in general? Do we even have money? Uh, 7 whole floors. Now let's see. Yep, I'm giving this 2. Wait, let me check Otto's stats first. That's kind of sad. However, this definitely would be better on my partner. Not what I wanted to do. Yes, I'm giving that to Jane. I need that one. Wait. Yep, that's set properly. Go get him, Jane. Go get him, Jane. Get him. Automaton planes. I shortened it by 4 letters. Attack. Why are you not attacking? You can attack. Why are you... You're slowed. Come back here. Come back here. Well, now I have money. And now I have weaponry. Now I need to catch up with Jane. What? Oh wow, you really took damage there. You know, I really should've... Oh wait, I didn't choose my Pokemon via quiz, I just... Did you know you can... Do not. Do not. I'm disabling Tail Whip as soon as I can. Actually, I'm gonna keep Tail Whip because that's kind of you. I'm gonna disable Tail Whip. Do not. Why? Fair enough. So here's the thing. Do not. I'll take the hits, I guess. You're still doing most of the damage. I don't see why you need me. I really don't. Oh. I have made an error. Handle it. Fix. Fix. Wait, do I level up faster? Huh, neat. This will definitely be a very useful thing. Hey, look, an item that I absolutely need to keep. That'll be a little tool we'll use later. For what? We all know. Can sell that, but I should probably keep that in case I get poisoned. I can't wait till I can... I went the wrong way. That's money. Fix. Fix. I have range now. That's mine. That's also mine. That's definitely gonna be useful. And here we have it. I'm going to throw this at the next thing I see, because it deals more damage than my neutral attacks. And also, you know. Would be funny. It would be funny. Hey look, I handled something by myself for once. That's the proper spelling. Yeah, these games. I've done it. And I'm already level 7. Actually, I'm a lower level than I was before. Okay then. Wait, no I wasn't. Whatever. Mission accomplished. Just keep on bouncing. Okay, but why though? Why must the zero up on your head? Like, is there an actual reason for it? Or is this just like a personal preference? Are you willing to even answer? Isn't that a good thing though? Okay, that however is not good. Is that a lot? It seems like it might be a lot. I guess it's a lot. Why are you still singing like most of these sentences? Like that's a big problem that I have with you. Like, you know. Additional question. Why am I the one to handle money in the team? Like, you ever think about that? Why aren't we like splitting the money between the two of us? Like, it'd be nice if like we could give some of the money to partner. And they can go off and spend it on their own things. But no, we're the ones spending the money. I mean, we are getting free housing. That kind of makes sense. And free food. We are getting free food, right? I mean, I assume it would be part of the program. Yeah. Okay, that is indeed most of the money. By a lot. A lot more than I thought. It's fair, we are getting free housing, and also, how much is this even, like, how much does actual food cost? probably should have read the guild's rules ahead of time before you agreed to this. If you wanted to keep the money, you probably should have read the guild's rules. Most agreements have some kind of, like, terms and conditions. To be fair, this is probably where most of the money goes. Considering they get to eat this much, like have this much food prepared, it kind of makes sense that they have us give them most of that money. You know, that actually makes a lot of sense. Why are you not asleep? Did you learn nothing from yesterday? Did you literally learn nothing from yesterday? And that has been Chapter 2. I want to check to see if anything has been added to the menu real quick, by the way. Do you mind that? Because, like, I'm kind of curious to see if they add any. Yeah, thanks. Well, I mean... What? Oh, wait. Wait, I only have 3 moves? Well, I mean, I can't use them regardless. Additional question, can the Electrifier remove moves? Like, I'm tempted to go to him if I can do that kind of thing. Well, I mean, let's get on with it. Apparently that's what Jinx's paws. Well, let's get this on with. Additional question. You literally just wrote this on the wall? You literally just wrote that on the wall. Additional thing is, how can we read? Like, it's clearly not, like, written English like some people read. Like, does our new brain just automatically translate it? You think about that? Like, this kind of bothers me, like, a lot. I should have done what I wanted to do. Whatever. It's Chad. I don't care. Why would I care? Yeah, but like, they don't really communicate it that well. Like, if I were to make like a PMD game, I'd make it so like the character one can't read, cause yeah, and two, like have to learn how to use their moves. Like, I get there's at least some instinct to it, but like, they'd have to learn how to use those moves. You know? Especially if, like, that would be something I'd do if I'd ever make a PMD game, or, for example, a ROM. A ROM hack. I'd definitely do that. It just kind of starts us in with the automatic assumption of knowing how to use moves and maybe like learning how to read later on, and just the partner reads it for you. Also, like, the partner in the first game was really generous. You know, they gave us a house. Like, we're getting free housing and that much food. I kind of understand why they take 90% of the profits. Admittedly. Like, that must cost a lot. Jade, they are not cool. They are far from cool. And you are wrong. I mean, this is kind of like, you kind of should have known that there'd be a board for that kind of thing, you know? Oh, by the way, randomizers for these games are absolutely awful to play through. I say this from experience because I've done it before. And things can start off with the ability Aftermath, and most importantly, room hitting moves, which is awful. I'm sorry. You're complaining now? Didn't you want to go on grander, more adventurous jobs? Like, now you're complaining about being given that kind of thing? Why? Why is this your complaint now? Do you agree with me now that we should just stick to the left side of the board? Just why? Why? Yeah. But you literally did this kind of thing like 2 days ago, you know? You are a horrible person. Or in this case, a horrible Pokemon. So now you're seeing through my eyes why I want to stick to the left side of the board, aren't you? I'm gonna need to get some blast seeds, some rocks, lots of rocks. Reviver seeds as soon as I can for sure. Just like yeah, I'm going to stick to the left side at least through chapter 3, because, like, that's my only option. But I plan on, like, grinding a bit at Marowak's Dojo so I can at least do stuff. Specifically me. Partner? Maybe a bit. I want to be able to catch up to my partner in capability of actually fighting. Just like I plan on doing the actual normal challenge criminals just for the sake of actually giving some content worth watching later, but like, you know. I'm going to need to catch up to being able to do those eventually, because that's the kind that sets the height of what you're capable of handling in-game, you know? Like, these are gonna grow more difficult in comparison the further we get in the story. If we can't really handle these, it might show that we're not exactly prepared to handle further stuff in the story. I might just blubber with happiness. It's also just a sentence. I might just blubber with happiness. That's just perfect. Okay, that's just rude though. Like, you could just ask him. You just choose not to ask him. Wow, rude. Rude. Like, why? You could easily ask him. That's something you can do. You didn't... You could have asked Krogunk what he does. Additionally, how do they climb up these ladders? They all are quadrupeds. Like, do you ever think about that? I only learned recently that you can save here. Yes, it took me that long to realize. Can we just talk about the fact that this is called Treasure Town? Like, is it because of the dust gold over there that's called Treasure Town, or is there like some other reason that's called that? Due to the fact that I am generally weaker than what I was before and I still lost before, I'm going to go store all of my items in that box. I'm going to store all my non-expendable items that I can't just use immediately. Nice. I mean, hey, at least he's being nice. Gotta store my money. Actually, no, I'm not. I have 378. Let's see if I can get anything. Why? Why in Arceus' name? No, seriously. Yep, definitely getting that. Okay, yeah, but it's the wormhole that came up with that. I am judging the wormhole. How much damage do gravel rocks do compared to geo pebbles? I'll just get geo pebbles. What do you mean you never use them? This probably explains why you were getting so low on your runs. These things are like essential. you still use them. Never mind. I was saying, like, using rocks of higher tiers are in general like an upgrade to your normal damage. Until you get to like the higher levels, but still. Can we also talk about the fact that purple Kecleon isn't the shiny Kecleon's color? It's just nice to acknowledge that because, like, purple Kecleon would totally be a better shiny color. It's a nice color. These two are too pure for this world. Or any world. I agree entirely. Additionally, my least favorite part about this chapter, this. How they introduced this in literally chapter 3. Like, just feels way too early of an introduction for me, you know? Like, way too early. Like, we've been through 2 mystery dungeons, and here we are with the dimensional scream coming out. By the way, I'll explain that more later to those who are watching. Yeah, you did. No one else did. I'll explain later. It will be very clear later. Just don't like how they introduced the dimensional scream in chapter 3. I kinda would prefer if it were chapter 4 or 5 they introduced it in instead, but like, you get what you get. Like, just, what's your opinion on how they introduced the dimensional scream, like, in this chapter? What's your opinion on that? But he didn't. And it happened again. Like, I feel like it should happen. Like, the introduction of that idea should be introduced later. Also, is that just, like, something that happened because we're from the future, or is that, like, something the player character had originally? Wait, no, it's something they had originally in the future. So, like, is that something they gained, like, coming to the Pokemon world, or is that something that happened because of coming to the Pokemon world? Like, did they have it before, or did they? Like, clearly they're not from the world regardless. Like, you know, like, yeah, it does happen later, but also, like, I feel like it should be introduced, like, a bit later, considering it's literally only chapter 3, and we've only been through 2 mystery dungeons at this point. Like, give us, like, a bit before dropping us into, like, big lore plot stuff, you know? I mean, they had it before, like, traveling to the present. Like, that much I know for a fact. Question is, did they have it before, like, traveling to the world, or did they gain it via traveling to this world? Because it's clear that, again, they're from a different universe. A lot less there, Grovile. We still have several things we need to do. Yeah, I'm doing all of this. I know for a fact I can't beat the dungeon on my first try, so I have to grind a bit. However, I can use those items at the beginning. However, I am going to like here, they don't really need to put in the dimensional screen either, to be honest, you know? Like, if you're going to return to the guild to see, like, his face on a poster, like, there's no point in, like, putting that scene in. It's just like, that person is a bad Pokemon. That Pokemon is a bad Pokemon. We are realizing this now. We gotta go help them. You know? It's just unnecessary to incorporate it into this chapter. Like, if you're gonna only introduce it in this, like, if you're gonna use it in this chapter, like, at least be consistent and use it in the previous 2 as well, you know? Like, you get what I mean? Oh. I'm going to just get to the closest save point and we'll just be ending it now. Just any moment now. Just a lot of skip. I am being summoned, I'll be back. And I am back. I've redecided that I'm just gonna go all the way through this chapter. At least grind a bit more and then finish this chapter. Because why not? How long has this even been going on for, by the way? Like, that feels like something that would be a reasonable thing to ask. How long has this stream been going on? Yeah, no, I don't like this part of it though either. Like just immediately dropping this in, like, kind of unnecessary considering we'll be figuring out regardless, or we apparently can't just tell based off of behavior. Like, okay. I do not know. Can you not, like, look at the time that this has been going on for and see where it currently is? No, that won't make sense. I have no idea. I'm going to check real quick. We've been doing this for an hour. We've been doing this for around an hour. I'm just going to continue doing this, to be honest. If we make it through the mystery dungeon, we make it through the mystery dungeon. If not, I get to grind and also get points to my ranks so I can get the first rank up before I actually, go beat the second boss, or in reality the first boss that isn't a tutorial one. But yeah, no, I don't like the execution of this either. Like, in general, like, the execution of the dimensional screen in Chapter 3 is entirely unnecessary. And just kind of ruins the idea of it popping up later. Because it's like, obvious information simulator that you'll get, like, all of 10 minutes in the future. Is what you're given as your assumption. But no, here we are. With the later chapters actually using it. However, at least does give us the opportunity to hear this. Which is pretty darn good. You don't even know what the item is, though. Why didn't we offer to help them find the item? It's not like they kind of do that sort of thing anyways. Can we also just talk about the fact that that the player character, that hero, just says this in front of both Jane and Duskull? Like, mad props for Duskull for being that trustable, you know? And not outright telling people this. Like, you think about that before, like, you ever think about that? Just Duskull knows. Duskull knew from Chapter 3. And yet doesn't bring it up at all. Like, he can at least keep it secret. You know? I mean, hey, Duskull doesn't tell anyone. Like, mad props Duskull for being trustworthy. If I make a tier list of the most trustworthy Pokemon in this game, Duskull's going all the way in number one. All the way. Doesn't tell anyone, looks trustworthy enough to actually say this in front of him. Like, doesn't even treat you as if you're saying something incredibly dumb. Actually takes into account of he's literally just a bank keeper. Doesn't provide this kind of input like this. He just is there. He doesn't mention it. Okay, but that's assuming that they're not keeping it within a general whispery kind of voice. Duskull would be generally near enough to be able to hear it regardless, considering they're really darn close. Like, they're close enough to be able to overhear it even if they were whispering. That C-Dot over there, on the other hand, is debatable considering, yeah. Like, there's several. Like, you'd be able to fit, like, a whole tree and a half between Jane and that C-Dot over there, and they're kind of distracted with their own conversation as well. So it'd be very unlikely that they'd be able to overhear us. Like, Duskull's at least within clearly believably short range that they could probably overhear all of this. And they're also a ghost type. They're known for being able to notice stuff even through walls. So they've got to be at least a bit perceptive in comparison to a C-Dot. Still, Duskull goes all the way up in number one slot, because they are, again, the most trustworthy Pokemon in this game. You can trust them with your money. Kangaskhan's going all the way in number two. You can trust them with your money and also telling them that you can do this kind of thing, apparently. And whose fault is that? No, seriously, like, trying to talk to me while I was trying to sleep in the middle of the night. Like, trying to talk to Hero while they were trying to sleep. Like, isn't that your fault, technically? Like, same thing with Team Skull, technically. Like, yeah, think about that. Like, Team Skull would at least be known for stealing from someone else. If Jane just went and gave the guild a request to get her sentimental rock back, like, you think about that, like, they could be actually considered criminals, technically, considering you can be sent to recover, like, a stolen, like, literally just a stolen rock, a stolen berry, all those kinds of things, and they can still be considered criminals that can have a team sent after to absolutely destroy them. You think about that, like, at least then, like, Team Skull would be recognized as the no good Pokemon that they are, and probably not be allowed to join in on something later on in the story. Like, logically speaking, the fact that they're perceived as good in the first place, as a good team to the guild, it's pretty much all because Jane just had us help them. You know? Like, if we just didn't tell, like, if we just told them ahead of time that some Pokemon tried to steal Jane's rock, like, none of that would have happened. Or will happen, in this case. Alright, I have to go back to Bidoof. Actually, I'm putting Duskull at number 3 on my favorite characters in this game list. Yeah, they do. They kind of care a lot more than you think. Care about making the place a comfortable thing even if you fail to get Splink's Pearl on the first time. Cares enough to actually help you out. Cares enough to try and help you do quite a lot of things, actually, if you notice. Like, you may say that they don't care, but like, they aren't oblivious. Not as much as you give them credit. Don't give them credit for. So I will at least give Ampharos some props for absolutely verbally destroying someone. Ampharos at least gets props for that. But yeah, Ampharos gives you pretty much nothing as aid if you really need it. Wigglytuff will at least give you some aid. Can I just take a moment to point out that Bidoof was gonna eeny meeny miny moe a job from the board? Like, dude, you're chosen to give us a good easy job. Don't eeny meeny miny moe them. Don't use eeny meeny miny moe to choose a job for two rookies that have literally less experience than you. Why? Like, you ever think about that? Like, that's just like... Imagine they gave us like a B rank job and be like, here's your first job. What do you mean this is our first job? Why would this be our first job? Like, jeez, like, Bidoof, at least take the one job you've been assigned recently a bit seriously, you know? How do they even make that sound, by the way? Like, how would they make that sound? I'm aware that this is the only time you see it. This is indeed the only time you get to see that animation. Like here would have been the perfect moment to do anything relating to just how awful Drowsy is instead of using the dimensional scream as a convenient plot point to convey this message earlier on. Would have also provided more for the surprise factor rather than just stating it outright, you know? If I make a ROM, I'm going to make one that's just you don't have the dimensional scream at all. I swear, that's just gonna be something I do. I'm also gonna combine chapters 2 and 3 together as a chapter 2 and just keep going from there. Next time I'm going to... Bidoof, you're absolutely oblivious. Giving this to Jane. Giving this to me. Giving this to Jane. This will at least help out when they have special moves. And you know, right now. How many floors are even in this dungeon, by the way? Don't tail whip it now. Direction. Why? Don't tail whip it now.
Oh god. Okay, sticks are just slightly more effective than my... Back here. Back here. Don't you... Don't... I couldn't fight that thing. What was I meant to do? Yeah, I wasn't gonna fight that thing. However, now I can grind to the next rank. I kept the item that matters, though. Can't take that. That's just a delivery job. Yeah, I'm gonna take this job. Or this one. I still can't wait till I can use the dojo. Alright, I didn't have money. My disappointment in you is immeasurable. Yeah, no, I'm not selling that orb.